Hey guys, sorry, Sammy the Third working out. Yeah, happy Saturday. Have you ever been formulating a recipe? You go to brew it, and there's certain things that you're missing that you swore you had. I'm going to show you a little trick in Beersmith that's helped me many, many times to try to keep my life a little bit more organized. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Okay guys, first thing you want to do, you want to open up your Beersmith. Now, basically what I do to help me keep track of my inventory is really simple. First step, you want to click on the third tab over, it says view, click on down to where you see inventory. Now, the critical thing to do here is to make sure you add your inventory in. So you pick up, let's see, for example, a pound of Belma hops, for example. Now, seeing as I've used some, I've entered in a pound before, but I use metric in Canada, so it's automatically taken things off. But for example, if you were to pick up 25 kilos of 2-row, for example, go to add grain, you just punch in 2-row. There we are, US. Punch in your amount, let's say 25 kilos, and however much you paid for it by the kilogram. Okay, then you just click OK. And you'll see it added here. Now, I don't have 25 kilos of 2-row, so I'm going to delete that. But you get the idea. Fairly straightforward stuff. Do the same thing with all of your hops, all of your other grains, all of your miscellaneous items. It's basically just simply going up to the top, adding your hops, adding your grain, adding your yeast, adding your miscellaneous functions, and you can set your price as well, which is really cool. So it's going to give you a really accurate breakdown of what it costs to brew your batches of beer. Okay, so now the next step, you've got a recipe built. You got everything entered into your inventory. I'm just going to pick a really generic one. I made one up for this weekend called Just Another Pail. I've got it set, my typical all-grain batch, 20-liter size. And make sure I've checked off calculate my boil volume and also adjust my temp for my equipment, because that's what I need to do. Really straightforward recipe here with some Amarillo, some Pacific Jade, some Simcoe, some Citra, some Eldorado, with a little USO5 in there for yeastiness. Some Crystal 20, some Cara Munich, and 3.8 kilograms of 2-row. Now, I've already adjusted my inventory based on this recipe, which is why you didn't see 2-row in my inventory, and I'll show you how I did that. So basically, you've got your recipe up here, okay? You click on this tab, it says remove from inventory. It is then going to take these amounts that you have listed in your recipe and pull them out of your inventory. So it's a really neat way for you to keep track electronically of what supplies you have for your batches of beer. It saves you from going to, your freezer, digging through your hops, going, oh, I got that, oh, I've had that, and oh, I got that. And the one thing I wish it did do was track how long it's been in inventory, because that would be really helpful for me. For example, if you get like a whack load of hops one day, it'd be nice to be able to track the age of your inventory, so you can see your aging costs, and also keep in mind that you'd want to be able to use those hops that are getting older before you use the younger hops. Just my 2 cents, which I think would be a really cool improvement with this. Now, the other thing I like to do, we're going to get out of this recipe here. We're going to pick one that I know I don't have stuff for. This is one of my favorite recipes, my deep chocolate mud pie. People in England love it. I can think of 2 guys who are over the moon about it, but they refuse to admit it to the common folk. So I want to be able to brew this. Now, there's a number of items here that I know I don't have in inventory. I just know that for a fact. But I've got a new local homebrew store that's just set up shop, and I want to go down there. Instead of writing things out, printing off the recipe or whatever, I want to be able to print off a shopping list that I can take down to the store, and I can, let me just clear this one here. Let me clear that. Let me just clear that first. We'll delete all that. Okay. So I've got all these items here that I want to be able to take down to my local homebrew store and say, this is what I need to make up this batch of beer. Now, because you've already set up your inventory prior with all your weights and whatnot and all of your rough costs, you're going to have an idea in terms of, it's going to tell you sort of what you need. So you go up here to the top where it says add to cart. You can see that little highlighted there. Add ingredients in this recipe to the shopping cart. Click add to cart. Boom. Done. You go over again to the third tab, hit view, hit shopping cart, and lo and behold, there you have it. Everything there you need to make this batch of beer is laid out. Then you want to print it off, simply just go to File, Print. Oops, we'll close that, sorry, my mistake. Just go to File, print it off, and it prints it off for you. Now, the really neat thing, actually, sorry, you don't go there, you hit Print List, my mistake. You hit Print List, because otherwise, if you hit Print List, it'll print off the entire items in your shopping list. If you go to File, and you go to, sorry, if you go to, where am I here? If I go to File and I hit Print, it's only going to print off the one item, which is usually the top one, which is a default highlight. So, a couple little tips that I like to use to help keep myself organized, because lo and behold, on a brew day, things can get a little out of whack. And the worst thing you want to happen, especially a couple of days prior, planning a recipe, planning to brew, is to realize you don't have all of your ingredients. And if you're like me, you like to buy your items in bulk, because it's hard for me to go out to a store and buy things locally. They're just not out there. I've got to order my stuff in, or if I go down to the city, I've got to buy a larger amount of ingredients to sort of build up my stocks back up to make sure that I have things around to brew again. So yeah, really, really simple. Just go to View, Inventory, add your items, add your costs, and you'll have a really good breakdown in terms of what it costs you to make a batch of beer, and also you'll have an electronic record of what items you actually currently have. I mean, the worst thing is, like I've said earlier, is thinking, oh yeah, I got 36 grams or 28 grams of Centennial, and then you go and you realize you only got 1.66, like you see here, or a little tiny foil pack, and you're like, oh, I thought I had more. Anyways, you guys, that's just a little tip and trick from me, Sammy the Thrifty Brewer, to help keep you guys organized in your brew day and also when you're planning things out. So if this is your first time checking out the channel, I encourage you to subscribe. I'm going to try and do more of these videos more often. Like I said, I do release a video on Wednesdays as well as every Saturday every week. So please be sure to like, subscribe, share the video, get it out there for everybody to see. And if you're going to do something, do it with a homebrew. Please keep calm and brew on. And finally, please be safe. Take care, you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and all the best. Cheers.